Hi guys, welcome to F.U.B.A.R Racing's YouTube channel. If you want to see more on the Lexus, stay tuned.
As you can see, the manifold has been welded up, and I did something I normally do. I'll make this point instead of just filling in the middle of it with a plate or something, because when this goes on, it helps the air goes out here, and that helps the vacuum from the other cylinders pull out the air from these cylinders. It's mostly on a NA car and not so vital on a turbo car, but why not make it? It only helps, and it's not so much work. So now I have to jack up the engine and move the engine over, because there's a little room here in the engine bay. I can't even get the manifold alongside of the engine because the studs. So I have to pick up the engine and move it to the side, put the manifold on and put it back into place. The engine mounts are loose, so I can just jack it up. Hi guys, sorry about the delay. I normally try to upload every week, but I had the COVID vaccine and I got very sick. Had 2 days in bed, so that's why we're running a week late. Not that it matters. Not so many of you. Hope you see more, and to those who are on the channel, thank you. But that's why. So the manifold is in on the one side and it's welded up, and I'm currently planning to get it on the other side, and I need to get it under the pressure pipes, under the return of the oil, and around the return of the oil from the turbo, and up to the flange. And the big problem I have is that's the flange, and that's the pipe I'm using. It technically is the same hole, but round peg in the square hole. Okay. That's the problem. So I have started on the other side of the engine with a different manifold, and I marked up the collector where it should be, so I know where my starting point is. So now I'm gonna take the other pipes one at a time. I think this one is going in the back here, and the other one maybe here, and the longest one is going in the bottom. And I'm taking one of these long bends and use as the last one, because it's gonna be a longer pipe, but if I use a bigger bend, it's gonna have less resistance than if you use one of these smaller guys. So if you want to make a manifold yourself, know there's different sizes of pipes and bends, and utilize it, because there's better flow in this, but there's also more of your volume. So if you want fast response, no turbo lag, small pipes and short headers are definitely best. But if you want top end and you want good flow, it's better to use pipes with bigger radius. So I just put in the manifold. I had to redo that pipe because there simply wasn't any room. So now the 3-inch can go in here beside, but there isn't much room, but it fits. It's gonna be fun to get that in and out. I luckily bought a whole lot of V-clamps, so I hope it won't be a problem. But see around here as well. Has to go in here, and then this way out, and this fuel lines. So I want to go away from the fuel lines to not get any heat in them. That's never good. And if you look here, that's why I welded it down here. Because when I weld it all this way, I need to have the weld out here to close this hole down here. You can see what I have done. The flange in the middle is the one that is mounted to the engine. The flange on the bottom is the flange we're gonna use. So when I weld a pipe on this one, it's gonna hold the turbo and I can take this away. And then I know the turbo is gonna go around about 10 millimeters lower. Another thing, the pressure pipes is the best place the pressure pipe can be is of course here, where the bolt for the oil return is. So I probably need to turn it this way and make the pipe go 15 degrees down and then straight and then over to the side. But nothing is easy. So the turbo sits finally on its own. There's no bolt in the bracket I made. So now I'm gonna take it off and cut this right down the middle here and take another pipe like this and put it in and cut a piece of the pipe off as well, and put a plate of steel in here to get so the air goes to the plate and up in the turbo, so there's no disgusting itches inside. What I do normally, I buy pieces like this with threads on, because I only need maybe 200-300 millimeters. And in Denmark, if you need pipes like this, you can go to the hardware store and get fucking robbed, or you can buy a length with 6 meters and that costs you an arm and leg. This is cheaper. I just cut the threads off, throw them away and use the part here. As you can see, I've welded the two pipes together, the two manifolds on either side. The other one's gonna go on this one. And the reason I haven't welded in here and fitted it really well is there's gonna be a pipe here for the wastegate. So I didn't really care. There's gonna be a giant hole. So I'm gonna put this back in the car, mount it up, and look how the manifold to the other side is gonna go. It's gonna be a little bit tricky, but yeah, that's how it goes. I'm still waiting on some parts. The jacket for the turbo is coming from England, and because they only have titanium lookalikes in Denmark and they're expensive, and I don't like the titanium because if you see, it's all white and black and a red car. Titanium is nowhere to be found. If you have some titanium pressure pipes or somewhat, okay, that's fine. But I really don't like the colors of titanium in this engine bay. So I want to keep it black and white and maybe silver, and the logo is silver. Keep it as a few colors as possible. And if you want to see more pictures of this car, you can find it on our Facebook page and Instagram, and we are on TikTok. But if you want to follow along with this project, like, subscribe, and comment. Bye.